Hello everyone, welcome to our craft activity. We're going to make a fish out of a bottle and some paper and some tissue paper and lots of glue. To make your fish, you're going to need an empty bottle, some scissors and some glue, some tissue paper like this, or just some normal paper if you don't have tissue paper, and a black felt tip pen. And I think that's it. So let's get started, shall we? So, with our bottle, we want to first of all take the label off. You might need to get your mum and dad to do that. After that, we're going to stick on our fish's tail and his fins that help him to swim. So I've got mine cut out already. You just need to cut out a shape. And mums and dads, if you just put like a little tab on the bottom here, if you can see this, one going each way, then it makes it a lot easier to stick these on. So we're going to start with the one that goes on top. With just a little bit of sellotape is enough to just hold that on, just like that. And kids, you might need a little bit of help with this from your mums to do it. Then we're going to put his side fins on, and these are the ones that help him swim really, really well and dash through the ocean. So on they go. That's number one. And put one from this side. First. It can be a bit fiddly, so you might need a little bit of help. So there you are, just like that. And then finally, we're going to stand him on his nose, and we're going to put our tail on. We've got to line our tail up with the fin on top, so that he looks like he's swimming in the right direction. So there we go. There's his tail all stuck on. Now this is the fun bit. This is where we get to do some gluing and sticking. But if you haven't got any tissue paper, like I've got here, don't worry about it, because there are lots of other things you can do to cover your bottle. You could put a Sharpie on it, or you could just use plain white paper and you could colour the paper and then cut it into pieces and stick that on. Or if you haven't got any paper at all, or if you just want to do something a little bit different, maybe if you had some hammer beads that you iron, or just normal beads, you could put some of those inside your fish, put the lid back on, and then you've got a shaker that is really colourful with all the beads inside of it. But I like gluing and sticking, so we're going to do some glue and some paper on the end of this fish. And all you need is a little bit of PVA glue, and you just stick it on all over your bottle and start adding your pieces of tissue paper onto where you glued, and it sticks really, really nicely onto the bottle. And you can make your fish as funky as you like. You can give him a pattern. I made my one that I did before, I made him stripy, or you could maybe try and make yours spotty, or you could just make him lots of random different colours on. And you just stick your tissue paper onto your fish until your entire bottle is covered in tissue paper, until it looks like this one. And then there's just one last task left to do, and that is to give your fish some eyes. Now, you could use some googly eyes if you've got them, but if not, it's really simple to make eyes for your fish. All you need is a little round circle of white paper like this, and a black felt tip pen, and you just draw a little circle like that in the middle of your white piece of paper, and then you just stick your eye onto your fish, and that's your fishy made and ready to go. And then you've got a fish to remind you of our story from today. Do you remember our story? It was about the little boy with his pat lunch, and in his pat lunch there were 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish, and Jesus performed a miracle and used those 5 loaves of fish and 5 loaves of bread and 2 small fish to feed over 5,000 people. Isn't that amazing? Now, when we started our video today, I told you that we would do 3 things, that we would have a story together, and we have, haven't we? Then I told you that we'd do a craft together, and we've made our fish. And the final thing we're waiting for now then is our song. So why don't you come back in the living room and join me for our song?